What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing another spoiler-free review from the Toronto After Dark Film Festival of a movie called MexZombies. That's right, it's a comedy. Let's check it out. The Toronto After Dark Film Festival has pretty much closed up now, but I am still watching some of the films through virtual means. One of these films being MexZombies, which I have never heard before, but it is a horror comedy that has some action and it is kind of gory and fun. Now, MexZombies is a movie that is something that is, I think, for some people is going to be great, and some people it might not be their cup of tea. Depends where you lie, because I personally feel when I see a zombie movie, I really got to see some new things in there, or a zombie movie has to carry itself so well that it is just beyond entertaining. And we're somewhere in between, because I feel like we don't have the most original film, but there are a lot of really fun moments that happen in the film. Throwbacks, callbacks, whatever you want to call them, to other films in the genre, and obviously a more modern take on it, so the kids are referencing different zombie movies. This is a movie that is somewhat aware of itself, but doesn't go too absurd while also being not so real either. We're talking about a comedy here, and the comedy is a little on the light side, although there was a couple of times that I did have quite a few laughs in this film. You have your typical kids, one of them's in love with a girl story that's thrown in here, while some people don't believe the kids, obviously. There's a lot of tropes that you've seen in other films for this movie, but there are a couple of times and moments in this film that I think it exceeds where it is going, and it does a better job than I was expecting for this movie. But I still had a really good time, and I still think it's worth a watch. First of all, the zombies in this film are actually pretty good looking zombies. Like, one of the main zombies that this movie starts off with has some pretty awesome makeup. They have the cloudy eyes and everything like that. While other zombies, while they might be having fun with the zombie attire, because this is all taking place in Halloween, so everybody's dressed up in like these ridiculous outfits while being zombified in this one particular neighborhood. Tavo and Kronos go around, of course, trying to warn everybody, but nobody believes them, and they, of course, eventually become sort of like the heroes of the neighborhood. And this is sort of that coming-of-age tale that a lot of people really enjoy in movies, but nothing extremely new here. In fact, I really didn't see anything new at all, other than we're in Mexico, and they make a statement about it being MexZombies. It has, a wide list of characters, some stronger than others, some more bullies, some, there's just everybody that kind of fulfills all those sort of tropes in these types of movies in the film. And some of the jokes are actually kind of funny, although I wasn't uproariously laughing about anything, just kind of out loud laughing at about a few moments that happened in this film. Now, the gore in this film is actually pretty decent. It's not exactly the most graphic stuff I've seen. They do slice and dice zombies up. It was a lot of stuff that was off camera, not necessarily in camera, but they do have some sort of shots that they seem to kind of borrow from Zombieland, where if you remember in the beginning of the movie, they would show like these slow down moments where the zombies were chasing people and stuff, or getting hit. They do this slow-mo effect that they add CGI to, that looks really cool in some of the moments in this film, which kind of really stylizes the film up and makes it a little bit more than just your typical tropey film, which I like. They even had some music in this film that was on a bigger scale, so this is a bigger budget film in Mexico, not necessarily the main big budget film, but it is a bigger budget film. The acting is pretty decent. It's what you'd expect from mostly kid actors and their families. Characters are very unique and different and kind of have a flair about them, while the zombies, of course, also have somewhat of a character too. I think if you set your expectations a little bit lower and just kind of go in to watch a zombie movie, but is still a fun ride anyway, I think you'll get a feel of that with some of the characters and a few of the jokes. But other than that, if you've seen the trailer for this, check out the trailer down below, get a vibe for what this movie is. I think it's nice to see a little bit more of a modern, stylish take on some of these tropey kind of films, but this isn't going to be be, you know, the biggest film that's going to outlast. It just does a few things right and a few things that are pretty typical. I would give this movie maybe like a 6 or 6.5, but, you know, I have to score it on originality a little bit too. And I feel like this movie could have done some things with it that would have made it stick out a little bit more in a pile of genre in the zombie films. But still fun to be had here. I hope you get a chance to check it out. I know it's going to be playing on VIX Plus, which is kind of like a Spanish sort of streaming service that they have. This is part of their package, so they're actually offering this, kind of like we have Paramount Plus or anything else. This is for like a Spanish channel. Now I don't know if it's available for you, but you can check it out there if you want to check it out at some point in time. I don't know if they'll have subtitles, but just giving you an idea. But what do you think, guys? Have you heard of this film? Have you been going to the Toronto After Dark Film Festival? Did you get to check out any of their list of films? I want to take this time to personally thank Toronto After Dark Film Festival for providing me a access pass to the actual show, and really grateful to have the opportunity to check out these movies. Thank you so much. Check out the trailer below, and as always, long live the void.